Hi there, Cherry Blossom Girl here. I'm making another video just for you guys. This time I believe I'm going to be talking about a Turner syndrome issue for the first time on my new page, but it's happened other times on the old page I used to have. Excuse me, allergy is really terrible. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I'm kind of dealing with personally now. If you'll notice, and I'll show you here, here, and then I guess there's some like right there, and on my arms, whatnot. If you notice all of these, let's get a shot of that. All these different little moles and stuff. That's actually one of the side effects of Turner's, is the different little pigments of skin. Now, I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. About a year ago, I had a mole developing in a personal area which I will not name or hint at or anything like that because it would not be appropriate to discuss this specific region. But I had some concerns because at one point in time this mole did not exist, and then all of a sudden it's just huge, and it concerned me, the rate of the growth and the size of this mole. And I ended up going to the dermatologist. My concern was that maybe it might not be something so savory and legit. So I go to the dermatologist, and I'm just kind of blown away. I didn't know that I needed to be concerned about my moles. Now, moles are relatively harmless, but the more moles that you have, the greater your risk for melanoma, aka skin cancer, is. And you need to do skin checks. Now, I'm not a big tanner. I don't really, well, I put sunblock on a lot. I don't really go out in the sun too much. Unless it's swimming at the beach or something to that nature. And then I'm all, SPF 100. So, the thought of me, having to, go to a skin doctor and just, it kind of blew my mind, and I would not have stopped to think about my moles, just as not being a good thing. So basically what was done when I was at the dermatologist, they took photographs of my moles. They call this skin mapping, so that they can track any changes in the moles that I have and to see if any new ones develop. They also have a picture of the mole in question. Will be going back in about 6 months, probably less now, seeing as my appointment was a few weeks ago. But I'll be going back in about 6 months, having another skin mapping done. And I guess if they find any other suspicious areas, that they'll have to biopsy. The thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, as scary as this all sounds, the most wonderful thing is to actually go to the doctor and have the doctor be able to check out everything and get information, because to me information is key. I was informed that it's very important to examine whatever moles you have about every month or so if you have a lot of them. And there was something called the ABCs of skin checking. The A is, I believe, for abnormal change, abnormal growth. The B was for the borders of your moles. If they're not symmetrical, that's not good. And C is for the color. If the consistency and the color of your moles is not good, like if it's not pretty much the same hue throughout the entire mole, that's a warning sign. And also, if your mole is bigger than the size of a pencil eraser, then you definitely need to get that checked out. It's very important. What they'll do is, if it's really incredibly suspicious, they will do a biopsy. Fortunately, I didn't have to have one done. Mine was worth eyeing, but not too suspicious enough for that kind of measure. If it's bigger or whatnot next time, then they probably will biopsy. But the point that the doctor really dragged home for me is that when you detect melanoma early, that you are a lot more likely to beat it than somebody who catches it late or doesn't notice it. So I'd like to take this moment and just encourage you to do what I did, and that is, if you have the different pigmentations and different moles, different freckles, please make sure that you're seeing a dermatologist, that you're getting these mapped, you're applying sunblock, you're staying out of the sun if you don't need to be in it, that you're covering up with hats and shades and sunblock when you do want to enjoy the outdoors. And just get checked if you're having some of the same issues I do, which I have read that many Turner's girls do have the different moles and stuff like that. And another thing I have heard is not to try to ever get rid of a mole yourself. The dermatologist said don't ever try that. She had seen patients who they now have disfigured skin because they tried to get rid of a mole. So don't do that. Anyway, that was all the advice that my doctor had given me. I hope that you'll, if you're in this position, that you will go and see yours. But I just wanted to share this experience with you. And until next time, I'm out with a pout.